What's up, KFG CREW and KFG Kings? This your boy Bigboyfactsjonnytv, and tonight I'll give you guys my WWE Smackdown review and highlights. So if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications when I premiere a brand new video. I'll go live on YouTube. Follow my social media, my Twitter, my Instagram, TikTok, and Twitch, and Discord down below in the description. Let's talk about WWE Smackdown review and highlights. Alright, just to be honest with you guys, WWE Smackdown was a boring show. That's all I gotta say. It was just boring. So SmackDown was live at Amway Center in Orlando, Florida. Alright, so we're kicking things off with WWE SmackDown. Kicks off with Michael Cole in the ring. He introduced the person who has signed a multi-year contract extension with the WWE, Pat McAfee. He gets in the ring as both men hug and Cole leaves the ring. Pat says it's an honor to be inside Orlando tonight. The fans chant Pat as he gets on the second rope and cheers. Pat says he would like to take this moment to apologize to the entire WWE universe because his absence last week forced everyone to have to listen to Corey Graves for 2 hours and bum Corbin for 17 minutes. We go to the big screen as we see why he missed last week's SmackDown. A clip of Corbin attacking Pat McAfee after WWE Money in the Bank airs. We see the clips of Corbin air guitaring on the announcer table last week. Pat says the best thing that Bum Corbin has ever done in WWE is celebrate Shinsuke Nakamura the way Shinsuke deserves to be celebrated. Pat says his neck was bruised and he is able to come out tonight for the next few years on a new contract, and he knew that Bum Corbin long before anyone did. They were actually roommates as rookies with the Colts. He says Corbin had hair, had a bad body, only had one bad tattoo, and as soon as he steps foot in WWE, he became an insufferable douchebag who would do anything for $1. The fans chant douchebag Corbin as Pat McAfee says it's not TV 14 yet. Pat McAfee says, but at SummerSlam he will beat the you know what and humble him back into being a good member of society. He has been on an island getting ready to smack the bad tattoo off Corbin. As he is talking, Corbin is on the Tigertron. He tells Pat that he is glad that he is back, but it's a shame that he's too stupid to stay in his own lane. What he has to do is take a seat behind that commentary table where he belongs. He says it was easy to drop him in Las Vegas because he is a fighter and Pat used to punt football. Alright. Corbin says he will come out, but he has contracted something nasty, and it was either because it was in his seat or because he was too close to the WWE Universe. Corbin shows his right arm, which is red, and he tells Pat it looks like he has monkey box or something, but that he will see him at SummerSlam. I would not care about that match at SummerSlam. I would not care about that match. Pat says that's not monkey pox. That's Corbin getting allergic to being great and being in front of the electrifying WWE Universe in the Sunshine State. Pat says since Corbin won't come out, the show will go on. he introduced the SmackDown Women's Champion Liv Morgan. All right, so we get a commercial break. So we get a championship contenders match. Liv Morgan versus Natalia. This match was terrible. And can we please stop with this championship contenders match? Stop having championship contenders match. Can we please stop it? This match was god awful. The bell rings and we are underway. Natalia with right hands, but Liv with right hands. A headline takedown by Natalia, but a head scissors is reversed by Liv Morgan. Natalia gets out of it, and both women are face to face. Natalia with a slap to the face. Natalia runs to the ropes, and Liv drops with a drop kick. Liv Morgan goes for the cover, but Natalia kicks out. Liv Morgan with a drop kick. Liv Morgan on the ring apron and a kick onto Natalia. Liv Morgan placed Natalia on the ring apron. Liv Morgan goes for the Oblivion, but Natalia stops it and she collapses Liv Morgan into the ring post. So we go to commercial break. Back from the break. Back from commercial. Liv with a drop kick off the second rope. Right hands by Liv Morgan, followed by a kick to the side of the head. Liv Morgan goes for the cover, but Natalia kicks out. Liv Morgan with a double stomp onto Natalia's back. Liv Morgan goes for a splash, but Natalia catches her and she hits her with a release German. Natalia goes for the cover, but Liv Morgan kicks out. Natalia places Liv Morgan on the top rope. Natalia goes for a suplex, but Liv Morgan slides under and she trips Natalia up. Liv Morgan runs towards Natalia, but Natalia catches her and hits her with a sit-down powerbomb. Natalia goes for the cover, but Liv Morgan kicks out. Natalia with an ankle lock, but Liv Morgan gets out of it, throwing Natalia into the turnbuckle. Liv Morgan with a double knees, and she hits Natalia with the Oblivion and goes for the cover and gets the pin. The winner of the match, Liv Morgan. The match itself was terrible. And like I stated earlier, can we please stop with this championship contenders match, please? Anyway, let's move on. Kayla is in the ring with Liv Morgan. She says that her win against Natalia was not as dominant as last week's win by Ronda Rousey. Liv Morgan says she full understand what Kayla is and seeing and something. She is aware that she is walking into her own match at SummerSlam as the underdog. But she has been the underdog her whole entire life. Call her what you want, but at SummerSlam you'll still be able to call her the SmackDown Women's Champion. All right, they cut backstage, and Megan is with Theory. He tells he tells her that he is the youngest Money in the Bank of all time, introducing the youngest Intercontinental Champion of all time. He says, "With great power comes great responsibilities." He says he has enemies everywhere. In comes Paul Heyman, who tells Megan she is doing a great job, better than Kayla. He asks her if she can give him a moment with Theory. Heyman extends his arm as Theory shakes it. Heyman knows that Theory knows that he is responsible for the biggest break of his career, and that they know that deep down this whole theory of cashing in the contract at Roman Reigns at SummerSlam makes no sense at all. Paul Heyman says, "What about the box office or the 15% failure?" Heyman tells him to work with him, and he can work with the tribal chief. That way, they can work on a special title match. Theory against Roman against Roman Reigns for the undisputed title. The box office, the money involved, and all he had to do is not cash in at SummerSlam, and and, and to let Heyman handle everything for him. Um, Theory thanks him and says he always has good advice, but he is either going to cash in on Brock Lesnar or Roman Reigns. Um, and becomes the youngest WWE Undisputed Universal Champion. And maybe he will need a special counsel when he hires Heyman. Theory walks away as Heyman is not amused. Um what Okay, this is a question I mentioned in my WWE Money in the Bank review on highlights. What if Theory fails to cash in? Do you remember when Damian Sandow tried to cash in his Money in the Bank contract against John Cena? Look what happened to Damian Sandow. He failed. Fast forward, if Theory cashed in his Money in the Bank contract against Roman Reigns or Brock Lesnar, he's gonna fail. That's just my opinion. But you never know. But anyway, let's move on. So we go to commercial break. I just have to put this out there. So we go to commercial break. Out comes Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods dressed as the New Day. Woods is dressed as Eric and Kofi as Ivar. Woods begins to speak and Kofi asks him why. He sounds like a pirate. Woods says he is not good at accents. Kofi says instead of reverting to tactics instead of honor and respect. They play a lot of Assassin's Creed on PlayStation 5, and they watch all of the Thor movies. They restored the underhand hand tactics to try to scare their opponents as they are taking. As they are talking out comes the Viking Raiders. Eric says they are new and vicious. Ivar says when they get to the ring, then the only words left to describe them will be mangled and broken. Was as if that's the only word they know. Kofi says disgusting, detestable, detestable, deplorable. Woods says, "Well about ugly." The Viking Raiders walk down to the ring. Shanky and Ginger Mahal attack the Viking Raiders on the outside of the ring. Kofi and Woods jump off the top rope onto the Viking Raiders. Kayla Kayla is backstage with Ludwig Caster and Gunther. They air chops of last week's match between Shinsuke Nakamura and Ludwig Caster. Gunther says he attacked Caster because there is no room for failure. They will never lose. Losing is unacceptable. Losing has consequences. Kayla says next week there will be a rematch between Ludwig, Ludwig and Shinsuke. Both men speak in German. Gunther tells him to unzip his jacket, and he taunts him and yells at him in German. All right, let's move on. Commercial break. So we get Aaliyah versus Lacey Evans. This man, look, this I don't know if this match happened, but I did not care about this match. Lacey asked for a microphone before the match. She says she may not be better than anyone in the arena, but they are not better than her. She says she served her country. She put her life on the line for everyone. As she is talking to the fans chant, "You suck." She says she overcame obstacles that would easily crush the event to your average American, and she is slightly disgusted as they lack of appreciation. Lacey Evans says she is an American hero. She is the prime example of what they should be and what they can't be, and they hate it. Lacey says she knows she has offered them, but from the bottom of her heart, she wants to apologize to everyone she may have offended. The fans boo. Lacey tells them to go to, you know what. She leaves the ring and walks to the back. Thank God this match didn't happen because I did not really care. Commercial break. So we get Drew McIntyre versus Ridge Hollins, accompanied by Sheamus and Butch. This was a quick match. Butch rings the bell and Sheamus is not too happy about it. Drew with a right hand followed by an overhead throw. Rich rolls onto the ring apron. Drew with the 10 beats of the veteran. He hits Rich 9 times and Sheamus drags Rich to the outside. Drew goes to the outside of the ring. Bush jumps off the ring apron, but Drew moves out of the way. Rich throws Drew into the ring post. He throws Drew into the ring. Rich with a power slam. He goes for the cover, but Drew kicks out. A headlock by Rich. Drew gets out of it and they close onto Rich. Another clothesline by Drew, followed by a neck breaker. Butch on the ring apron and Drew with a right hand. Rich with a headbutt onto Drew. He lifts Drew up, but Drew lands on his feet. Drew with the Glasgow kiss. Drew with the white noise. McIntyre with the Claymore. He goes for the cover and gets the pin. The winner of the match, Drew McIntyre. This match was quick. Commercial break. So we get Madcap Moss versus Theory. This was a decent match. This was decent. Megan is backstage with Madcap Moss. He tells her that Theory has a big head and he will try to flatten it like a pancake. In comes Heyman. He tells her she is still better than Kayla and asks if she can leave them alone. He shakes Madcap's hand. He tells him Madcap knows that he is responsible for his biggest break, and what they all know is Theory has in mind that he will cash in on Roman, but business that doesn't make business sense. Heyman tells Madcap that he gave a beating to Corbin, which made his disappear for a few weeks. And if he can do that to Theory, he can go to Roman and have Roman against Madcap. The Money in the Bank, the prestige, what it can do to his career, to have him main event an undisputed Universal title match against Roman Reigns. Madcap tells him that it sounds to him that Heyman is really worried about Theory cashing in at SummerSlam. Madcap song hits as he walks down to the ring. So we go to commercial break. The bell rings. We are underway. A takedown by Madcap. He goes for another one, but Theory with an elbow to the face. A headlock by Theory as he is thrown to the ropes, and a shoulder tackle onto Madcap takes him down. Madcap runs towards Theory and takes him down with a shoulder tackle. Madcap lifts Theory up in a fallaway slam. A forearm by Madcap as he goes for another, but Theory with a chinlock. Madcap tries to get out of it, but a right hand by Theory. He tries to slam Madcap onto the turnbuckle, but Madcap stops it. He slams Theory face first into the turnbuckle. A clothesline by Madcap onto Theory as Theory to the outside. Right hand by Madcap and he slams Theory into the ring apron. Madcap goes for the spear, but Theory with a leapfrog and Madcap hits the steel steps. So we go to commercial break. Back from commercial, Theory with a drop kick. He goes for the cover, but Madcap kicks out. A headlock by Theory and right hands by Theory. He runs to the ropes, but Madcap with a shoulder tackle. Right hands by Madcap followed by a clothesline. Madcap with a spear in the corner. Madcap goes for a suplex, but Theory gets out of it. Theory runs to the ropes and Madcap with a spine buster. Madcap goes for the cover, but Theory kicks out. Madcap goes for a powerbomb, but Theory lands on his feet and stumps on Madcap's foot. Theory runs to the ropes, but Madcap with a shoulder tackle. Theory on the ring apron, and Madcap knocks him off the ring apron. Madcap to the outside, but Theory hits him with the Money in the Bank briefcase as the referee calls for the bell. The winner by disqualification, Madcap Moss. Theory grabs the microphone and says, "No one cares that Madcap won." He says he's still the Money in the Bank and will become the WWE Undisputed Universal Champion. Theory out comes Sami Zayn with his arm in a sling. He asks Theory if he thinks he will become the next Undisputed Universal Champion. Sami Zayn says he is disrespecting the tribal chief Roman Reigns. And when you disrespect the bloodline, there are consequences. Sami Zayn says, as a representative of the bloodline and as the honorary Uso, he strongly recommends that he apologize right now. Theory asks him if he is the bloodline. Um, shut up. He is out here with one arm and asks him what he can do. Out comes the Usos. Theory walks back as Madcap picks Theory up and throws him into the ring post. He throws Theory over the barricade and into the timekeeper's area. So we get a commercial break. Then we get the main event of the evening. So we get Jimmy Uso accompanied by Jey Uso versus Angelo Dawkins accompanied by Montez Ford. This main event was sloppy. This was a sloppy main event match. Sloppy. Sami Zayn is on commentary. The bell rings and we are underway. Dawkins with a waist lock on Jimmy, but Jimmy with a back elbow. Jimmy with a Samoan drop. Dawkins is on the ring apron and Jimmy with a kick to the side of the head. Jimmy runs the ropes as he is about to go for a suicide dive, but Dawkins with a right hand. Dawkins gets back in the ring and throws Jimmy to the outside. Dawkins pushed Jimmy over the barricade and into the timekeeper's area. So we go to commercial break. Back from commercial, Dawkins with a clothesline. Dawkins with a corkscrew elbow. He goes for the cover, but Jimmy kicks out. Dawkins with a spinning elbow in the corner. Jay gets on the ring apron, and Dawkins with a right hand. Jimmy runs to the ropes as Dawkins moves out of the way, and the referee is knocked down. Jimmy with a super kick and goes for the cover, but the referee is down. Jimmy goes to the referee and Dawkins with a sky high. He goes for the cover, and with Jimmy's shoulder being up, Dawkins gets the pin. The winner of the match, Angelo Dawkins. This was a sloppy main event match. This was sloppy. Jay gets in the ring after the match to tell the referee that Jimmy's shoulder was up. The Usos and the Street Profits are in the ring. Out comes Adam Pearce. He tells the Street Profits that they are upset over what happened at Money in the Bank, and the Usos are angry at what happened tonight, and that he named a special referee for their match at SummerSlam. A video of Jarrett airs. So back in the ring, all four men fight as WWE officials run to try and break it up. And SmackDown goes off the air. Yes, SmackDown goes off the air. But like I stated earlier, SmackDown was a boring show, and that's all I gotta say from here. But anyway, if you guys enjoy my WWE SmackDown review and highlights, please leave a like on this video. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications when I premiere a brand new video or go live on YouTube. Follow my social media, my Twitter, my Instagram, TikTok, and Twitch, and Discord down below in the description. And there will be no AEW Rampage review and highlights tonight because I don't want to get exhausted. You know what I'm saying? But I'm glad that I did my WWE SmackDown review and highlights, so I'm going to premiere my WWE SmackDown review and highlights at 2 o'clock a.m. tonight. So that's all I got to say. But tomorrow, I will be going live on Twitch for some WWE 2K22 over there on Twitch because I'm streaming 3 days over there on Twitch. So So Saturday I'm going live on Twitch watching WWE 2K22. So I hope you guys will be there to support me over there on Twitch. So that's all I gotta say from there. But anyway, I'm finna get up out of here. I'm finna get something to eat. I'm finna edit this video. Then I'm gonna premiere at 2 o'clock a.m. tonight. And then that's all I gotta say from here. But anyway, this your boy Bigboyfactsjonnytv. Have a great weekend. Stay safe and always stay positive. And God bless. KFG CREW KFG Kings. Too sweet. We out of here. Gang. And I'll see you guys tomorrow over there on Twitch for some WWE 2K22. I hope you guys will be there to support me and stay with me in my stream on Twitch. And then I'm out of here. Peace out, guys. KFG CREW KFG Kings. Too sweet. And I'm out of here. Gang.